I saved $10,000 in 12 months, and I didn't earn more money, follow a strict budget, or give up the things I enjoy. I just used one simple system that made saving almost automatic. It sounds unrealistic at first, because most people believe saving money means sacrifice, discipline, and restriction. But the truth is, most people don't fail at saving because they lack discipline. They fail because they're using the wrong system. And once you fix the system, everything else becomes easier. The problem with traditional saving. Let's be honest. You've probably tried saving money before. At the start, you feel motivated. You tell yourself, this time, I'm going to do it properly. Maybe you download an app. Maybe you track your spending. But then reality kicks in. Unexpected expenses show up. Small purchases add up. Motivation fades. And within a few weeks, you stop paying attention. Not because you're careless, but because the system doesn't keep you engaged. Most saving methods fail for 3 simple reasons. You can't clearly see your progress. It feels like restriction instead of reward. There's no excitement in the process. Saving becomes something you have to do instead of something you want to do. That's exactly what this method fixes. The simple system that changes everything. Instead of relying on willpower, this method uses something much more powerful. A visual and physical saving system. It's called a 12-month savings challenge binder. And the idea is simple. Instead of just tracking numbers on a screen, you divide your goal into small sections and physically fill them over time. Every time you add money, you see your progress instantly. That small shift turns saving from a boring task into something surprisingly satisfying. Breaking down the $10,000 goal. Before we go further, let's make this realistic. Saving $10,000 in a year sounds overwhelming until you break it down. $10,000 per year. About $833 per month. About $192 per week. Roughly $27 per day, optional mindset. Now it doesn't feel impossible. It feels structured. And structure is what creates consistency. How the 12-month savings challenge binder works. Let's make this practical. Step 1. Divide your goal into sections. Inside the binder, your goal is split into smaller targets. For example, 100 sections of $100, or 50 sections of $200. Each section represents a milestone. Step 2. Make progress visible. Every section is something you can complete. Instead of guessing where you are, you can see exactly how far you've come. Step 3. Add money consistently. Whenever you receive money, whether from your salary, side income, or even small leftover cash, set aside a portion and place it into your binder. The amount doesn't have to be big or perfect. What matters is the habit of doing it regularly. Even small contributions build over time. This step is about showing up consistently because long-term progress isn't built on big actions. It's built on small actions repeated again and again. Step 4. Build momentum. At the beginning, the process feels simple and almost insignificant. But as you continue filling sections, something starts to shift in your mindset. You no longer feel forced to save. Instead, you feel motivated to complete the next section. That sense of progress creates excitement. Saving becomes less about discipline and more about achievement. This mental shift is powerful because it keeps you engaged and naturally pushes you to continue. Why this system works so well? This system works because it aligns with basic human psychology. People are naturally motivated by visible progress, completion, and small wins. That's why checking off tasks feels satisfying and why games keep you engaged through levels and rewards. The 12-month savings challenge binder taps into this behavior by turning saving into a visual and rewarding experience. Instead of feeling restricted, you feel progress, which makes the habit easier to maintain. Why this is better than just using apps? Apps are useful, but they lack one thing: emotional impact. Seeing numbers increase on a screen doesn't feel real. But physically placing money into a system? That feels different. It makes you more aware of your money. And awareness leads to better decisions. Flexibility. This works for any income. One of the best things about this system is flexibility. You don't have to follow strict rules like save exactly $192 every week. Some weeks you'll save more, some weeks less. That's completely fine. You can adjust. Section sizes, frequency, total goal. The system adapts to your life, not the other way around. How it naturally reduces overspending. Something interesting happens when you start using this. Before spending money, you begin to think, this could fill another section. That small pause changes everything. It doesn't force you to stop spending, but it makes your choices intentional. And over time, that reduces unnecessary spending without feeling restrictive. Common mistakes to avoid. If you want this to work, avoid these. 1. Starting too aggressively. One of the biggest mistakes is trying to do too much too quickly. When you set overly high targets at the beginning, it creates pressure and leads to burnout. Instead, start with smaller, manageable sections that feel easy to complete. As your confidence grows, you can increase your contributions. Progress should feel sustainable, not stressful or overwhelming. 2. Expecting perfection. You don't need to be perfect for this system to work. Life happens, and missing a week or contributing less than planned won't ruin your progress. What matters is getting back on track and continuing forward. Consistency over time is far more important than doing everything perfectly. Focus on progress, not perfection, and your results will follow. 3. Hiding your system. If your system is out of sight, it's easy to forget about it. Keep your binder somewhere visible, like your desk or a place you access daily. Seeing it regularly reminds you to stay consistent and take action. The more visible it is, the more likely you are to use it, turning saving into a natural part of your routine. What happens over time? In the first few weeks, you begin building a simple habit. After a few months, you start seeing real, measurable progress, which boosts your motivation. By the end of the year, you don't just have money saved, you have proof that you can stay consistent and follow through. That confidence becomes just as valuable as the savings itself. The emotional payoff. Imagine this. It's the end of the year. You open your binder, and every section is filled. That's not just money. That's discipline, that's consistency, that's control. You didn't just try to save. You actually did it. Who this is perfect for? This system works best for people who struggle to stay consistent, feel overwhelmed by budgeting, spend impulsively, lose motivation easily. It's also great for students, families, anyone saving for a specific goal, because it makes everything simple and clear. Your first step, start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Even if it's small, set up your first sections. Add your first amount, even $5. That first step builds momentum, and momentum builds results. Simple option if you want to skip setup. If you don't want to create everything from scratch, I've linked the exact 12-month savings challenge binder I use below. It already has everything set up for you, sections, structure, and layout, so you can start immediately without overthinking it. Start your savings system. Final thought. Saving $10,000 in 12 months isn't about working harder. It's about using a system that works with your behavior. Make saving visible, make it simple, make it consistent. And over time, those small actions will turn into something powerful. So the question isn't, can this work? The real question is, are you ready to stay consistent long enough to see the results?